Hey there, second channel. Welcome back to my second channel. Now, it's been a hot minute since I've uploaded a second channel video, and I feel like it's just been long overdue, especially because today I'm stuck in bed because my back hurts. I ain't got nothing else planned today, and I've been meaning to do this video for a while. Like, it's been a long time since I've been able to overshare on the internet, and today is the day that I'm gonna do that. Plus, I get asked the same questions over and over again from new people and my current subscribers, and instead of just trying to reply to every single comment, I feel like it's better just to make an entire video about it. That way I don't have to answer it and you guys can know anytime you want to know, you know? Now, if you are like myself and incredibly impatient because TikTok has absolutely destroyed your time span? Attention span, I will leave timestamps down below to the specific questions that you want to know got answered. Okay, so yeah, let's just go ahead and jump right into this thing. First question is, how long have you been doing artwork? And the answer to that is, no surprise, all my life. I've always had an interest in artwork. I always loved doing artwork, but I would say that I didn't start taking it seriously until around 2016. In my friend group, I definitely wasn't known as the artist until my second half of high school. And the truth is I honestly just didn't have hardly any confidence in myself with my artwork. I never thought, even though I enjoyed it and I was okay at it, I never thought of myself as the art kid, you know, because I just didn't have the confidence in myself. And so yeah, I started taking it seriously around 16, fell in love with it. And when I graduated high school, again, because I didn't have that much confidence in myself, I decided not to pursue an art degree at first because I didn't think it was very practical. So my very first year in college, I actually went to school for I can't believe I'm saying this, but I actually went to school for business, and I absolutely hated my business degree. That was the most boring, and no tea, no shade if you are in business or know anybody in business. This is just for me and my personality. I just didn't vibe with it, man. Between the advanced level math stuff that my brain just couldn't comprehend, between it being boring, between me having absolutely no interest in it or the stock market, I just couldn't get into it. And even though I knew it was very unsafe to transfer my degree from a business degree to an art degree, I knew that I was not going to be happy unless I pursued my dream. You know what I mean? I feel like everybody here on this earth has a purpose, and I just knew in my heart that I absolutely have to be an artist. There's no way I'm gonna live this life and not be an artist. And so yeah, I transferred out of my community college, went to a bigger college, and spent the next 4 years getting my degree as an artist. And as of right now, I have a bachelor's in visual arts. The next question is, why is your name Rae Dizzle? Oh gosh. Okay, this is so embarrassing. The name Rae Dizzle actually came from when I was about 13 years old. Now, if you don't remember MySpace, if you're not old as hell like me, MySpace, you used to be able to change your name to whatever you wanted as frequently as you wanted. And you didn't have to use your first and last name. You could literally use XX Princess Jules, X Sparkles, or whatever, you know? And my friends and I were joking that we should make rap names. We thought it was the funniest thing in the world that us dorky teenagers, 13-year-olds, could have rap names. And so my friend suggested that my rap name should be Rae Dizzle. And I was never a person who liked using my real name on the internet. And so whenever Facebook came out and you had to use your real first and last name, I went ahead and brought Rae Dizzle from MySpace to Facebook. And when I made my very first YouTube account, again, what did I put? Rae Dizzle. And my YouTube account is so old. It's from literally 2010, and it's been the same username since. And at this point, I wish I would have named it something different, like Rae Draws or Rae Paints or something like that. But no, I'm stuck with Rae Dizzle. And the super part just came from Superwoman. That was a thing that you did in old school YouTube, is you would have these ridiculous names, and I felt like Rae Dizzle was boring, so I added super to it. So yeah, that's where Rae Dizzle came from. Dumb 13-year-old me. And now I'm stuck with it. The next question is, who taught you how to draw. Jazza. No, this one's kind of a tricky question to answer because in my art school, they didn't necessarily teach me how to draw. They mostly taught me like the elements and principles of design and how to present yourself as an artist to be marketable. Like that's what the program really focused on. You know what I mean? Like it was already assumed, the program that I was in, that you knew how to do like basic things. So yeah, I would definitely say that like it was like a 50% thing. Like definitely like I learned a lot on my own, but then once I started college, they wanted us to do all kinds of different like art things to get us out of our comfort zone and learn different ways and different techniques and different mediums, and basically like taught us different ways to use what we already knew, if that makes sense. So yeah, in a way I would say it's like a 50-50, like half me and then half school. The next question is, how did I get into YouTube? And the answer to that is that I'm not gonna lie, I got into YouTube because pretty much all my life, I've always felt like kind of like an outsider. I never felt like I truly belonged anywhere. And maybe that's just like an angsty kid growing up with no self-esteem in like a really small town, but like it was really hard for me to relate to a lot of people. And then you combine that with like my social anxiety and like my, I guess, unusual interest of just like random things. It was hard for me to find people growing up. And I always fit in, I guess, when I did fit in with like, I guess, the misfits, other people who also had a hard time fitting in. And when I first found the internet and when I first found YouTube, it was like a lot more community based, and that was the first time that I was able to find people who were like me, who had similar interests to me. You know, it was so cool to be able to watch people my age with my interests live their lives. You know, it was so relatable and it was so cool, and it made me feel like I had a place to belong. It made me feel like normal, like it made me feel less alienated in this world. And so yeah, whenever I first got into YouTube, it was not at all for money. It wasn't at all for fame, or not saying I'm famous or anything, but I'm just saying like it wasn't for any of that. It was genuinely because I loved the platform. I loved watching other people and I just wanted to be involved. You know, I loved making silly videos with myself. I already was a weirdo who was talking to myself all the time alone. You know, might as well record it and put it up on the internet. Maybe I can make some friends out of it. And so yeah, I actually started my YouTube channel back in 2010, and I started my first YouTube upload in 2011, and I used to make little vlogs and things like that. It wasn't until 2016 that I made my very first art YouTube video, and surprisingly that video got like 1 million views. My very first art YouTube video got 1 million views. And let me tell you, I was not a big YouTuber at all. I only had literally like 100 subscribers or something like that. And the only reason I uploaded an art YouTube video onto my YouTube is because I wanted my Instagram to grow, so maybe I can make some sales and sell my artwork, you know? Apparently a lot of people like what they saw. They wanted to see more art videos, and obviously I love making artwork. I love making videos, and so I was like, heck yeah, if this is what the people want to see, this is what I want to do. And yeah, the rest is history. I've been an art YouTuber ever since, full time. 2016. The next question is, why does it take so long for me to upload? Now, I get this question. I've got to get comfy for this one because this one's kind of deep. It takes me a long time to upload for 2 reasons. The first reason is that back in the day, I'm just gonna say it, I have like very bad anxiety and stress, and for a long time I didn't know how to cope with it. And so for the first couple of years of doing YouTube, I actually did not go more than like 10 days without uploading a YouTube video. I would literally push myself to the ends of the earth if it meant to get a YouTube video out within a week. And I'm not gonna lie, like I lost my mind for a while. Like I developed really unhealthy coping mechanisms when it came to my anxiety. And not like that, but I was trying to like compare myself to everybody. I was worried about like other people and what they would think about me. And I was just like not in a healthy spot with my YouTube channel or with my anxiety at all. And I was so fearful of going back, because I was very, very, very poor when I first started YouTube. And I talk all about this in my Draw My Life video. So if you know, kind of thing. And I was terrified for a really long time that if I took an extra day off, if I spent 5 extra hours hanging out with my friends, if I took 2 days off to go see my family, my YouTube channel was going to end and I was going to end up back in that original position that I was, where I didn't have enough money for literally anything for like live, I was terrified of going back to that original position. Like I, in my head, thought like it's going to all be gone tomorrow. So I have to take advantage of it now. And it was around 2020 during the pandemic that I had a lot of extra free time. And for the first time in a really long time, I had time to work on myself and be alone with my thoughts. And basically, I'm not going to lie, I had a crazy major breakdown and I basically turned my entire worldview upside down. And I've been on a self-care, self-love, self-confidence, learning how to self-regulate my emotions and get more mature. I've been on that journey now for a while and I continue it to this day, and I'm in therapy right now for it. I don't upload as often as I used to because it's not healthy. I'm just a chick. I do all my own YouTube videos. I do literally everything except for like some editing. But yeah, I'm the head honcho here. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of art YouTubers out there who are able to upload like multiple times a week. They're able to upload on Instagram and TikTok and their stories. That's just not me though. I don't know. I'm just a person that gets very drained easily, and I need time, I need rest, and I like to try to enjoy my life as much as I can. And I came to the realization that like, why am I working so hard for what? Like, what is the point of all this work that I'm doing if I'm not happy? So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I'm not on that crazy upload schedule like I used to be. And the second reason is that now that YouTube is getting more grand, it's a lot more tough to make YouTube videos nowadays. Like back in the day, art YouTube used to consist of you just turning on the camera and then drawing for 6 hours and then putting it in 10 times speed with a voiceover and boom, that's the video. But nowadays, that's not the case. Nowadays, you got to worry about all the extra fancy shots, the fancy lighting. Is the artwork going to be good enough? I need to have a video that's going to draw people in. What is going to get more subscribers? What is going to keep them entertained? There's a lot more that goes into it now. It takes a lot longer to make YouTube videos nowadays than it used to. So yeah, those are the 2 reasons why it takes me so long to make YouTube videos nowadays. Is I prioritize my resting and then my videos just take a lot longer now. All right, so now for this next question. This is one that I've been wanting to answer for a really long time, but it's just too stressful. It's just been too hard and sad to answer, and I just haven't felt like I'm ready. But I think I'm ready to finally answer this question. This next question that I get asked all the time is, how did your brother pass away? So if you don't know, I had a brother about 5 years ago who was older than me. He passed away. And I just want to say, like, even though I've mentioned it throughout my, time on YouTube, like, it's not something that, like, you just get over. I think about him literally every single day, multiple times a day for the past 5 years. He's the first thing I think of when I wake up. He's the last thing I think of when I go to bed. During holidays, when I'm having a happy moment, I think about him. People always ask me out of general curiosity, like, what happened? And I don't feel like people are entitled to this information at all, but the reason I'm going to share this is because I know a lot of people have been in this situation where they can relate to somebody who's passed away that they miss deeply all the time. And I'm doing it for those people. I'm not doing it for the people who just like, ooh, I want to know all the interesting details just because I want to know. I'm not doing it for those people. So yeah, my brother passed away in a car accident. And I want to take this moment to say that, like, if you lost somebody, I would love to hear about them in the comments. Like, if you want to share something about somebody that you loved, about their life, about who they were, I would love to hear it. Most people, they just hear on a day-to-day thing, like, oh, they lost somebody, that's sad. Anyway, but like, if you know the pain of losing somebody, you know how much more to their life they had than just like, oh, they're gone, So yeah, if you have somebody that you would like to share in the comments that you would like me to read about, I would love to read about your loved ones who are no longer with us. Like, put that in the comments. Like, I would love to know about them, So yeah, it's a tough subject for me, but that's how he passed away. The next answer is, how old am I and do I plan to have children? Okay, look at this. Okay, so the answer is that I am old as hell. I am 29 years old, okay? I don't know, like people make being old like a bad thing. Like I love being almost middle age, okay? People always worry about like, I don't want to get gray hairs. I don't want to age. But the thing is that like as I get older, I get smarter. I am more financially stable. I'm more emotionally mature. I have more experiences. I get more comfortable with being myself. I enjoy life much more than I did when I was like a little kid. You know what I mean? Not a little kid, but like when I was a 20-year-old in college, like I appreciate things more now. So yeah, a lot of people think that like being old is like the worst thing in the world, but it's not. It's actually amazing, especially if you love your independence. It's awesome to be older, and any of my older people above the age of 25 will tell you it's great. And besides, being 30 years old now in 2022 is different than being 30 years old in like the 1400s. You know what I'm saying? Like this generation that I'm in, like we're all gonna live at least, hopefully, until our 70s, 80s, 90s. It's very common for people to live past 100 nowadays. So yeah, even though I'm almost 30 years old, I mean, I feel like I'm just getting started. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm 29 years old. Oh, and to answer, am I gonna have children? The answer to that is no. Nothing against my friends who have or want children, or if you have children, I vibe with that. I rock with that. But for me personally, I could never imagine myself being called mom. I've never once in my life ever wanted a kid, and I don't know. I just can't imagine myself being a mom, like at all. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's because as I was growing up, like I never had like any younger siblings, or like hardly any, like I've never been around like hardly any babies or anything like that. But I can't see myself as a mom ever. I can see myself, however, get married in Vegas someday and have a big old party, but that's it. I can't imagine ever having children. The next question is actually art related. It is, what are your favorite art supplies? And my favorite art supplies by far is Prismacolor Premier colored pencils, General's charcoal, specifically in the shade medium, and pretty much any type of oil paint that's like good quality. Those are like my top favorite art supplies of all time. The next question is if you were not doing YouTube, what would you be doing right now? And if I wasn't doing YouTube, I would definitely be doing something else with social media and artwork. Like I would definitely be on Instagram showing my artwork, trying to sell my prints. I would definitely be on Twitter. I would definitely be like a TikToker. Like if I wasn't on art YouTube, I would be on another art social media platform doing my thing, hands down. But yeah, I definitely cannot. I don't know if it's just like my brain. I don't know if it's like my personality, but I absolutely could not do something that I wasn't my own boss and that didn't have my own creativity to it. Like I could never. I don't know. It's just like I said earlier, everybody has their purpose in life, and my purpose in life, I personally feel, is the need to be creative. But I feel like that might not be the answer that people want to hear. Like they probably want to hear like what normal job, and I say normal as in like a more traditional job. And I would really like to be like a counselor or do some kind of like therapy for people, because I love making people feel good. I love encouraging people, and I love like psychology and the human brain. I'm absolutely fascinated by it. So yeah, if I had a traditional job, I would definitely want to be like a therapist, even though I'm in therapy right now. The next question is, why did you delete your Instagram? So if you didn't know, I actually right now my Instagram is up temporarily, but I deactivated both my personal Instagram and my main Instagram, which had like I think 250,000 followers on it. And the reason that oh my god, this is so hard for me to admit, but the reason that I deleted my Instagram is because that is the #1 platform that did not make me feel good about myself. Because unlike YouTube and TikTok and Twitter, those are based on my artwork and like other factors surrounding my artwork. But Instagram, oh man, that's like a special dark place, because Instagram is based on your personality, and it's based on your looks, and it's based on the best of the best. Like, I don't know, and maybe that's just how I'm interpreting it though, but I know like so many people, they go onto Instagram and like if you don't get a certain amount of likes for your picture, it bothers you, because that's you. Like people are criticizing, not like, you know, your artwork or just how you did a video or what, people are criticizing criticizing you. They're criticizing your body. They're criticizing things you physically cannot help. And so what do? People Facetune. They put on like filters. I deleted a lot of them, but I'm not gonna lie, I used to Facetune the living crap out of my photos. Like, I'm talking like, especially during 2019, 2018, when I had a lot more weight on me, I was embarrassed of my problem with trigger warning with ED. Skip about a minute ahead if you don't want to hear this, but I had a lot of trouble with my binge eating. I gained a lot of weight very quickly, and I really did not like my body, and so I would like Facetune myself to look skinnier. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would Facetune myself so I could like lie to myself and make me feel better. You know what I'm saying? And I think people obviously knew, but everybody was like trying to be nice about it, you know? Yeah, it just didn't make me feel good. And I would take pictures of myself, but I wouldn't do it for myself for like a good memory. I would do it for the gram. Like, I'm taking this picture not because it's a good memory, but because I look cool and because I want people to see me look cool. And not just that, but it was so difficult to grow on Instagram, especially now that they're trying to like turn into TikTok and like they're prioritizing videos. Like, I would get on Instagram and I wouldn't know how to even use the website anymore, like the shop app. Like, I didn't know how to get to my notifications. I would like always end up on the shopping tab. I would see people who I don't even follow on my home feed. I would see sponsored posts. It was impossible to get verified, and it just seems like a bloodbath of competition over there, you know? And so I didn't upload literally for 2 years on it, and I would just stress about it all the time. I didn't like the way that I felt that I had to like Facetune myself to be accepted to be there. And plus, like, during the pandemic, it was really hard for me and my friends, who are a lot of art YouTubers, who were literally stuck at home. But then we would see other influencers, and I hate saying that word, but influencers. We would see them out partying. We would see them out spending all this money. And it was just like a spit in the face to everybody who wasn't as rich, who didn't have as many followers. It was a spit in their face to see these people living their life while and not following the rules like everybody else, you know? So yeah, a combination of everything. I was like, it's time to deactivate this platform. So yeah, maybe someday I'll come back, but right now I'm just not ready. And to end this last question, this is a question about a little bit about me. And for this last question, what do I do outside of YouTube? Outside of YouTube, I love to go shopping. I love to go to Target. I love to go to Home Goods, Walmart. I love to take care of my plants. I love to take my dogs on walks and play with them. I love to organize. I love to try on different outfits. I love to color my hair. I love to make friends as much as I can. I'm not very good at it. I'm so socially awkward, but I love to make friends. I like watching documentaries. I love listening to podcasts, specifically like the H3 podcast. I've listened to like pretty much everything they've ever made ever. I love getting on TikTok for hours. I love sitting and wasting my day. I love cleaning my house. I love nesting. I love decorating for the holidays. I love spending time with my family. I love trying new foods. I love trying to make new foods. My new thing is the crock pot. I'm obsessed with the fact that you just throw stuff in a pot and then you come back and you don't even have to stir it. It's like already cooked for you. It's the most magical thing on earth. I love listening to like new music and old bangers. My favorite artist of all time is Britney Spears, the love of my life. I love her more than anything. I love to work on myself. I love self-improvement. I love home improvement. I mean, I have so many interests and things that I love to do. Like, I just love skateboarding. Like, I just love trying new things, and I love learning new things, and I love new experiences, and I love making myself comfortable. You know, that's what I like to do in my free time. In my free time, I have so many little hobbies that I can't even keep up with them all. You know, like, I love trying new things and experiencing new things, but I mean, who doesn't? I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, in my free time, I love to live my life. I love life. As corny as that sounds, that's what I like to do. But anyway, I've been rambling for 40 minutes. My poor editor is probably like, girl, you need to stop talking. But anyway, before I go, one last thing is that I would love to revive this second channel. I would really love to do hauls, and I'm not just talking about like art hauls, but I mean like go to Target with me and let's pick out some things with a Starbucks, and then I'll come home and show you guys all the fun stuff that I got, and we'll decorate. I would love to do some holiday videos. I don't know if you're interested in that. If you are, let me know. That's some content that I would love to make, and I would definitely love to make time for. I already do it anyway, so it would just be essentially me bringing a camera. Thank you guys so much for watching my second channel. I hope you learned a little something about me. Again, if you want to leave something about your loved one down below, I would love to hear it. And yeah, with that being said, happy drawing, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye.